Most people think wealth is loud. It echoes. It announces itself before you even ask. Big houses at the edge of the city. Luxury cars that hum instead of roar. Designer logos stitched large enough to be recognized from across the street. Proof that you've made it. Proof that you're ahead. Proof that you matter. In many societies, success is something you show. Because if it can't be seen, does it even count? But travel to Japan, and something feels different. Some of the wealthiest people you'll ever encounter look almost indistinguishable from everyone else. They stand in line for the train. They carry modest bags. They wear simple, repeated outfits. They live in apartments that prioritize function over grandeur. No gold-plated signals. No oversized declarations. And yet behind that ordinary exterior often lies something extraordinary. Financial stability. Low personal debt. High savings rates. Generational assets. Calm. They are not racing to maintain an image. They are not upgrading to keep up. They are not financing status. They are quietly free. Free from lifestyle pressure. Free from consumer competition. Free from the anxiety of appearing successful. And that raises a powerful question. If wealth isn't being displayed, where is it? How does owning less create more? How does restraint build abundance? Today, we're uncovering how Japanese minimalism doesn't just simplify life, it engineers hidden wealth. Japanese minimalism is often misunderstood. From the outside, it looks like empty rooms, neutral colors, tatami mats, and uncluttered shelves. But that's the aesthetic. The real story is economic. Japanese minimalism is not about emptiness for the sake of beauty. It is a financial operating system, a mindset, a discipline, a long-term wealth strategy disguised as simplicity. Its roots stretch back centuries, influenced by Zen philosophy, by post-war reconstruction, by a cultural preference for harmony over excess. It teaches something subtle but powerful. Consumption is optional. Stability is essential. In a world where income rises and expenses rise with it, Japanese minimalism breaks the cycle. It teaches people to spend intentionally, not emotionally. Avoid lifestyle inflation as earnings increase. Allow surplus capital to accumulate quietly, and let money compound undisturbed over decades. While much of the modern world chases appearance bigger, newer, louder, this philosophy prioritizes durability over display, security over spectacle, stability over status. And here's the twist. It doesn't feel restrictive. Because it isn't built on deprivation. It's built on control. Control over impulses, control over social pressure, control over fixed expenses, control over what enough means. And control is the foundation of wealth. When you control spending, you control margin. When you control margin, you control savings. When you control savings, you control time. And time, not income, is the true multiplier of wealth. Japanese minimalism understands something many economies forget. You don't build wealth by appearing rich. You build wealth by quietly structuring your life so that money has room to grow. And once you understand that structure, you start to see minimalism differently. Not as emptiness, but as strategy. Section 1. Owning less, spending less. In Japanese culture, excess is not admired. It is examined. An object is not just an object. It is responsibility. Every extra item in your home demands something from you. It needs physical space in a country where space is precious. It needs maintenance, cleaning, organizing, repairing. It occupies visual attention. It occupies mental bandwidth. And what most people never calculate is this. Clutter has an invisible cost. It drains focus. It delays decisions. It creates background stress. Japanese minimalism recognizes that accumulation is not neutral. It is weight. So instead of asking the modern consumer question, can I afford this? The mindset shifts to something far more powerful. Does this deserve space in my life? That question changes everything. Because affordability is about income, but value is about intention. When you only purchase what adds lasting value, Impulse buys drop dramatically. Emotional shopping decreases. Comparison-driven spending fades. You stop shopping to fill silence. You stop buying to signal status. You stop consuming to cope. And something remarkable happens. Your baseline expenses shrink. When your baseline expenses shrink, your savings rate automatically increases without needing a raise. And here is where hidden wealth begins to form. If you consistently spend less than you earn, that gap becomes capital. Capital becomes investment. Investment becomes compound growth. Minimalism quietly increases the gap between income and lifestyle. And that gap, sustained over decades, is the engine of wealth. This is not frugality driven by fear. It is not scarcity thinking. It is strategic restraint. It is understanding that every dollar not spent impulsively is a worker you can send into the future. And over 20, 30, 40 years, that discipline compounds far beyond what most people imagine. Section 2. Small spaces, big savings. Japanese homes are famously compact. But this is not simply about population density. It is philosophy translated into architecture. Space in Japan is treated as intentional, not expansive for display. A smaller home doesn't just reduce physical footprint. It reduces financial exposure. Think about it. When your home is smaller, your mortgage or rent is lower. Your property taxes decrease. Your heating and cooling costs shrink. You buy fewer furnishings. You spend less on decor. And because storage is limited, accumulation is naturally constrained. You cannot mindlessly accumulate when there is nowhere to hide excess. The space itself enforces discipline. Now compare that to many Western economies, where housing costs consume 30 to 50% of income. When housing expands, lifestyle expands with it. More rooms require more furniture, more electronics, more maintenance, more insurance, more upgrades. And suddenly, income increases do not create wealth. They simply fund expansion. Japanese minimalism interrupts this cycle. By keeping housing modest, fixed costs remain manageable. And fixed costs are the most dangerous costs. When your fixed expenses are low, job loss feels less catastrophic. Career changes feel possible. Entrepreneurship feels safer. Investments feel less risky. Financial pressure loosens. You are no longer living at the edge of your income. And here's the quiet truth. Wealth is not how much you earn. It is how little you require to feel secure. A compact lifestyle lowers the threshold of enough. And once your cost of living is modest, saving becomes easier. Investing becomes consistent. Time becomes your ally. Hidden wealth thrives in low overhead environments. Section 3. Quality over quantity. There is a misconception about minimalism. People assume it means buying cheap. In Japan, it often means the opposite. It means buying deliberately. It means buying slowly. It means buying once. A well-made coat that lasts 10 winters. Shoes that can be repaired instead of replaced. Kitchen tools designed to endure decades. This approach reflects a cultural respect for craftsmanship, but it also reflects financial intelligence. Cheap products create a cycle of replacement. Replacement creates recurring expenses. Recurring expenses quietly drain wealth. When you buy something durable, you reduce frequency of spending. You avoid emergency replacements. You resist trend cycles. And perhaps most importantly, you detach consumption from identity. Fast fashion thrives on insecurity. Trend cycles thrive on comparison. But when your wardrobe is intentional and long-lasting, you are no longer chasing novelty. You are preserving capital. Over time, this eliminates replacement costs, clutter accumulation, impulse upgrades, credit-based purchases, slow spending forces evaluation. When you wait before buying, desire often fades. When desire fades, money remains. And money that remains can grow. Consumer debt thrives on immediacy. Minimalism thrives on patience. And patience is one of the most profitable financial traits a person can have, because compound interest rewards those who delay gratification In this way, Japanese minimalism does something subtle but powerful. It reduces emotional spending. It stabilizes monthly expenses. It protects long-term capital. And the result is not flashy wealth. It is resilient wealth. Wealth that is not dependent on trends, not dependent on status, not dependent on appearance. Just steady accumulation protected by discipline. Section 4. Status is silent. In many parts of the world, wealth is a performance. It is displayed, photographed, announced. Success must be seen to feel real. Bigger houses signal progress. Luxury cars signal arrival. Designer brands signal achievement. Consumption becomes a language, and in that language, the louder you speak, the more successful you appear. But there is a hidden cost to performative wealth. It pressures people to inflate their lifestyle as their income rises. It ties identity to spending. It confuses visibility with value. And over time, it traps people in a cycle. Earn more, spend more, maintain image, feel pressure, repeat. In Japan, the relationship between wealth and status often looks very different. Financial success is rarely loud. A company executive may take the same train as everyone else. A millionaire may live in a modest neighborhood. Luxury is often understated, subtle, almost invisible. Why? Because cultural norms prioritize harmony over display. Standing out materially can be viewed as disruptive. Quiet stability is respected more than flashy dominance. And when wealth is private, something powerful happens. There is less pressure to compete materially. If no one expects you to signal success, you don't need to upgrade your life to prove anything. You can live below your means comfortably. You can invest quietly, save consistently, grow wealth slowly. And here is the truth most people miss. Hidden wealth thrives in environments where no one is watching. Because when wealth isn't tied to ego, it can grow undisturbed. The car you drive loses importance. The brand you wear becomes irrelevant. The size of your home stops being a scoreboard. Instead, the focus shifts to security, stability, future freedom. Not in the car you drive, but in the savings account no one sees. Not in the watch on your wrist, but in the investments compounding silently. Not in the applause of strangers, but in the peace of financial independence. And peace is a luxury money alone cannot buy. Section 5. The psychology of enough. At the heart of Japanese minimalism is a radical concept. Enough. In a global economy built on more, this idea is almost rebellious. More space, more upgrades, more income, more possessions, more status. But minimalism trains the mind differently. It asks, how much is truly necessary for a meaningful life? Enough space to feel calm, enough money to feel secure, enough comfort to rest without craving. When you define enough, you create a boundary around desire. And boundaries protect wealth. Because here is what destroys financial stability: endless wants. If your definition of success constantly expands, your expenses will chase it forever. But when enough is clear, excess becomes optional, not mandatory. This shift transforms your psychology. You stop leaking money through comparison. You stop upgrading simply because others do. You stop chasing lifestyles that don't even align with your values. And something extraordinary happens. Financial anxiety decreases. Why? Because anxiety often comes from mismatch, earning well but spending at the edge. When your lifestyle is intentionally modest, you create margin. Margin creates breathing room. Breathing room creates calm. Impulsive spending drops because your identity is no longer under threat. Comparison loses power because you are no longer competing. And in place of endless wanting grows patience. The ability to delay gratification. The ability to invest instead of consume. The ability to think in decades instead of months. This is where financial resilience is born. Resilience means job loss is survivable. Market downturns are tolerable. Emergencies are manageable. Because your happiness was never built on excess. Wealth is not just a number in a bank account. It is the absence of desperation. It is the freedom to say no The freedom to wait. The freedom to walk away. It is freedom from constant wanting. And that freedom is psychological long before it is financial. Japanese minimalism reveals something quietly profound. You don't need to earn dramatically more to become wealthy. You need to reduce what drains you. By owning less, you reduce mental and financial weight. By spending intentionally, you protect the gap between income and lifestyle. By rejecting the pressure to perform success, you remove the most expensive expectation of all. And then, slowly, almost invisibly, wealth begins to accumulate. Not loudly, not dramatically, but steadily. 1 year of restraint becomes 5. 5 becomes 10. 10 becomes financial independence. And one day, you realize something surprising. You are not rich in objects. You are rich in options. The option to change careers. The option to rest. The option to invest boldly. The option to live without constant financial fear. You are rich in time. You are rich in peace. And peace, quiet, stable, unshaken peace, good night, is the ultimate hidden wealth. If this perspective reshaped the way you think about money, like the video. Subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden systems that shape culture, wealth, and human behavior. And share this with someone who believes wealth must be loud to be real. Because sometimes, the richest lives are the ones no one is trying to prove.